What a day. Bitfarms bought Stronghold Mining. The Fed came out with their Fed notes today from their meeting saying that the rate cuts are likely on the table for September. So we're pretty sure that's going to happen here in a couple of weeks. And the market absolutely loved that. We're also going to check in on our MicroStrategy cash secured puts. So before we get going, smash that like button, subscribe if you've been with us a while and haven't done so yet. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. Let's get right into this thing. So first of all, Bitfarms, I talked about it earlier today. I want to talk about it again. I want to elaborate a little bit more on this. So I did mention something about their cash position earlier this morning. I wasn't actually saying that they used that cash to buy Stronghold, but merely that if they had used it, that they'd have however much money left over. I wasn't exactly certain of the specifics quite yet. I had taken a brief glance at it. I just wanted to get out the news that Bitfarms, in fact, acquired a new miner. Now, what they did was they did a stock-based sale of Stronghold, or a stock-based buy of Stronghold. So they bought Stronghold for the equivalent of 2.52 Bitfarm shares per share of Stronghold for the company, ending up in a 71% premium paid to Stronghold for their company. Now, that actually, in my opinion, was an excellent deal for honestly everyone involved. Now, if you remember earlier, and let me bring up the Bitfarms one here. If we look at here earlier, all right, so currently, immediately Stronghold adds 4 exahash to Bitfarms, which would be a, what, 33%-ish? Yeah, 33% increase, immediate 33% increase to their operations for less than 10% of the value of their company. So they're getting a 33% increase in productivity for 10% of the company. That is huge. That is a huge return. So Stronghold owners got a 71% premium, while Bitfarms got 33% more production capacity for the company at a cost of less than 10% of that company. That's a 3-to-1 return for Bitfarms. That is an amazing deal. And that's how you make a merger, right? Now, this also has the potential, if they were to refresh the fleet over at Stronghold, to go up to an additional 10 exahash. So not 4, but 10 instead of 4. So 6 on top of what they got immediately from acquiring Stronghold. And that would represent something like a 90% increase in their production, putting them right now at their current production would put them at 21, which would quickly turn into 22 and more here for Bitfarms. Bitfarms is gearing up to be one of the largest publicly traded Bitcoin miners around. And with this buy, this was great. Honestly, I applaud them. And you can see in the chart today, they started out 10% down because of the sale, right? Because they were diluting by 10%. But the market realized quickly that that was actually an insanely good deal for Bitfarms, and it drove up not just getting back to that 0 point where we dropped 10% from this morning, but in fact increasing 0.85% on top of that. So we were up almost 11% today if you factor in that we dropped 10% in pre-market. Okay, this candle right here, huge. I'm not even concerned about the fact that it came back into my descending channel here. I'm not concerned about that at all. I bought more Bitfarms today. Did you buy more Bitfarms today? Because you didn't, I'm pretty certain you will regret not doing that. And of course, none of this is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Simply my thoughts about the charts. But this was a buy zone. This was a big buying opportunity. I went and bought back like a third of the position that I had sold before. I still need that cash for MicroStrategy, but I gave up what cash I could from that micro, because I've been making money on MicroStrategy. So I gave back some of the cash that I could from that I've been gaining from MicroStrategy, and put it into Bitfarms, but retained the amount of cash necessary to do the cash secured put on MicroStrategy. I don't have a huge account. I gotta juggle things here. So I gotta like buy and sell and kind of like, you know, wheel and deal over here in order to get that happening. So what else happened today? Fed minutes. Fed minutes came out. Oh yeah, I typed that terribly. The Fed minutes. This was actually a really great one. Let me get down to Reuters. Yep. Boom. 2 hours ago. Fed officially hates my ad blocker. Hold on. The Fed minutes came out and it showed that Fed officials are strongly leaning toward a September rate cut. Markets rallied off of this. All right, my bonds, my TMF, it is up. And I'll make a video about that tomorrow because the time is now. Or since the market is closed, the time is tomorrow. My bonds are up. My small caps are up. My TNA play, which is basically triple leveraged IWM, which has been down the last couple of months pretty dramatically, that was also up. I'm inching closer to break even on that. I went a little too early on that one. That's okay. It's okay. We're making money in other places. MicroStrategy went up off of this. All my Bitcoin miners went up off of this news. This is huge news. This means the party is not over. So that's fantastic there with that. Now let's go over to MicroStrategy. So let's get you up to speed on MicroStrategy. Now, this is the chart. This is some interesting stuff that happened today. All right. So I had a call that's going to, or a put, sorry, that's going to expire on Friday. I set that to sell at 70% profitability. That sold this morning. What did I do immediately after that new Fed news came out? I went and sold another one. You know how much I'm up on that already? Another 12%. So we're feeling pretty good about that, especially since we are coming out of this. We're coming out of this bull flag here. We're trading at the top of the range of this bull flag here. That's pretty fantastic. If we can open up above that tomorrow, we have room all the way up to 149.68 on MicroStrategy, and that would very quickly put the new put that I sold for another $450 very much in positive green territory for me personally. So you can see here, these are my receipts for my MicroStrategy cash secured puts. I've been selling mostly 132.50, 131.50. There's one in here that I sold. Yeah, 132.50, 131.50. I moved up today to 135.50. This is the wrong picture. There's the right picture. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so yeah, I moved from 123 all the way up to 135.50 on this cash secured put. I've been collecting $300 to $500 along the way. So far, I have collected $1,042.68. I've been doing this since August 9th. It's August 21st. So I've been doing this for less than 12 days. I pulled in $1,000 on MicroStrategy here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back for that one right now. I'm very proud of that. Actually, I'm pretty happy about that for something that is like a new sort of experiment for me. This is one of the most profitable ones in terms of being so fast. Excellent. And the Fed has been my absolute best friend right now, just doing all the right things to make me money. Thank you, Jay Powell. You're the best. Anyways, moving on. So you can see here, these are the receipts, right? I started on August 9th. I sold a cash secured put for $327, bought it back for $286, went immediately back around, sold another one at a higher strike price for $292, same strike or same expiration date, then went a couple days later, the next day actually, sold out for a little over almost a $200 gain. Then I went immediately back again, moved it up to $31.50 for $245. Same day, closed it out for a $20 gain. Then I went in and went a week further out at the same strike and went in for $489. All right. August 15th, I bought that back for about $100 in profit, and then immediately went around, rose that cash secured put to $132.50 for $373.33. Bought that back today for $107 and went right back around. Sold another one for a week and a half from today at a $135.50 strike for $449.33. So currently that one's up another like 12-13%, like 60-70 bucks, something like that. So I haven't collected the full $1,042.68 quite yet because I still need to close that position, but I am feeling very confident I will be able to close that position for at least a 70% gain here in the next couple of days and roll it out one more time. I do need to make a video about MicroStrategy and this wheel strategy that I'm running, how you can do the same thing that I'm doing here with this stock, with other stocks as well. That is a more complicated video, not just like a review or like a going over things. That's going to take a little more thought and better editing than what I usually do. So that bear with me. I'm still catching up from taking that vacation and having that time off. I'm still trying to catch up on some news and some things and like get my bearings once more. But once I have that, there's a couple of more stories I want to talk about. Like I want to talk about the yen carry trade because I don't think that's over yet. I want to talk a little bit more about VIX and bonds because that is very, very time sensitive. There's a lot of time sensitive things that are keeping me from doing these videos that aren't necessarily time sensitive, like talking about how to do options and like what to look for, and like giving kind of a class on that isn't necessarily time sensitive, but like bonds, that's time sensitive. September 18th when that meeting comes through I think it's on September 18th. When that meeting comes through, this is going to happen. It's already happening. The VIX could spike anytime between now and then, and that would be something that's really important to know about. Things like that. So I am working on it. I haven't forgot about it. Okay, haven't forgot about it. Still in my mind. Anyways, with that said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you got value from it and you think someone else could too. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.